The Greatest Man-Made Wonders of the World, Part 1. Ancient Hellenic travelers created the earliest lists of the 7 wonders of the ancient world more than 2,000 years ago. These wonders, with the exception of the Great Pyramid of Giza, are extinct. They were obliterated by earthquakes, fires, and in one instance, a vengeful mob. Since then, numerous other lists of incredible structures have been created. Welcome to Best Wonders, where today we'll be showing you some of the greatest man-made wonders in the world. But before we continue, be sure to like, subscribe, and click that notification bell so you get more videos like this. Now, let's move on to the video. Number 12. Kailash Temple of Ellora. The Ellora Caves are a collection of 34 Buddhist, Jain, Hindu, and cave temples and monasteries that stretch for more than 1.2 miles along a sloping basalt cliff in Aurangabad district, Maharashtra, India. The Kailasa Temple is the largest of these structures. The top of the superstructure over the sanctuary is 107 feet above the level of the court below, despite the fact that the rock face slopes downward from the rear of the temple to the front, making it one of the largest megaliths carved from a rock cliff face in the world, and the climax of the rock-cut face of Indian architecture. It is thought by archaeologists to be made of a single rock. Number 11. Sigiriya, the Lion Rock of Sri Lanka. In the northern Matali district of the central province of Sri Lanka, close to the town of Dambulla, is the ancient rock fortress known as Sigiriya, or Sinagiri. It is a location with historical and archaeological value that is dominated by a huge rock column that stands 590 feet tall. This area was once a large forest, but due to storms and landslides, it was transformed into a hill, and King Kashyapa chose it as the site of his new capital. On top of this rock, he constructed his palace, which he then painted with vibrant frescoes. He constructed a huge lion-shaped gateway on a small plateau about halfway up the side of this rock. This building gave this location its name, Singiri, or the Lion Rock, an etymology similar to Singapura, the Sanskrit name of Singapore, the Lion City. After the king's passing, the city's capital and royal palace were left in ruins. Up until the 14th century, it was utilized as a Buddhist monastery. Today, Sigiriya is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, one of the best examples of ancient city planning that still exists today. Number 10. Abu Simbel. One of Egypt's most impressive structures, Abu Simbel is made up of 2 enormous rock temples that are located on the western bank of Lake Nasser. As a permanent memorial to himself and his queen Nefertari, the twin temples were first hewn out of the mountainside during the reign of Pharaoh Ramesses the Great in the 13th century BC. In order to prevent them from being flooded during the construction of Lake Nasser, the sizable artificial water reservoir created after the construction of the Aswan Dam on the Nile River, the complex was completely relocated in the 1960s. Number 9. Acropolis. Athens' Acropolis is a breathtaking sight. Numerous historic sites from the 5th century BC are located on this impressive hill. The Parthenon, Nike, the Erechtheum, and the Temple of Athena are just a few of the sites that crown the Acropolis. The Parthenon, which was built in 447 BC at the height of the Athenian Empire and is a symbol of Greece, dazzles with its countless columns. Around Athens, the Acropolis is illuminated with a glow as dusk falls. Number 8. Alhambra. Spanish city of Granada is home to the Alhambra, a palace and fortress that was constructed in 889 on the site of ancient Roman fortifications. The Islamic Moors dominated much of the Iberian Peninsula for almost 1,000 years, with Andalusia being their longest-held province. Today, you can visit the fortress's oldest section, the Citadel, climb the watchtower, explore the magnificent Moorish gardens and courtyards, and be astounded by the complex's delicate geometric patterns. Alhambra's setting against the Sierra Nevada mountains adds to its ethereal quality. Number 7. Angkor Wat. The most magnificent and substantial of all the Angkor temples in Cambodia is Angkor Wat. The temple, which dates from the first half of the 12th century and is among the world's finest monuments, is one of balance, composition, and beauty. Around Angkor Wat, which rises through a series of 3 rectangular terraces to the central shrine and tower, at a height of 669 feet, is a sizable rectangular reservoir. This configuration embodies the ancient Khmer concept of the Temple Mountain, in which Mount Meru, the Hindu religion's home of the gods, serves as a metaphor for the temple. Number 6. Borobudur. The largest Buddhist temple in the world is called Borobudur, located in Indonesia. It was built out of an impressive 2 million blocks of volcanic stone. It dates back to the 9th century and eventually fell into ruin before being rediscovered in the 19th century. It has since been brought back to its former splendor and is especially well liked at dawn. 6 square platforms with 3 circular platforms on top make up the Borobudur Monument. The world of forms, the world of formlessness, and the 3 levels of the Buddhist cosmology are steps on the path to enlightenment. It is embellished with more than 2,000 reliefs and 500 statues of Buddha, each of which outlines a Buddhist teaching. Number 5. Burj Khalifa. 2 observation decks and a restaurant bar on the 122nd floor are the features of the magnificent architectural and engineering achievement known as the Burj Khalifa. With a height of 2,715 feet, the tallest structure in the world debuted in January 2010, 6 years after excavations got underway. In as little as 3 days, up to 13,000 workers toiled day and night to install a new floor. The most well-liked way to experience the views from the top of the tallest building in the world is to visit the At the Top observation deck, which is located on the 124th floor. Number 4. Chichen Itza. Chichen Itza, one of the most well-known archaeological sites on Earth, was formerly a bustling city on the Yucatan Peninsula. When Mayapan replaced Tikal as the region's capital in 1221, the Mayan city of 600 AD was abandoned. Highlights include the Temple of Kukulkan, a massive stone pyramid with 365 steps for every day of the year and 4 staircases that represent a compass. The equinoxes in spring or fall are the best times to visit because the sun illuminates the pyramid's stairs. The Ball Court, the Wall of Skulls, and the Sacred Cenote, where human sacrifice used to take place, are additional must-see locations. Number 3. Christ the Redeemer. The statue of Cristo Redentor is perched atop Rio de Janeiro's Corcovado Peak, which rises to a height of 2,330 feet, gazing serenely over the city. The concrete and soapstone statue, which is thought to be the largest of its kind in the world, was first constructed in 1922, at the height of the Art Deco movement. The majority of visitors ride a vertical cog train on the summit's base. Visitors of the monument once needed to ascend hundreds of steps just to reach the top. Today, there are escalators and elevators available to shorten the distance. Number 2. Colosseum. The Colosseum almost doesn't need an introduction because it is one of the most well-known structures ever built, one of the greatest architectural achievements of the Roman Empire. The enormous oval amphitheater in the center of Rome is still standing nearly 2,000 years after it was built. Although its outer wall is made up of 3 stories of massive arcades, the interior offers stunning views of the countless seating areas, an underground system of rooms and tunnels that once lay beneath the arena's floor. The amphitheater, which could accommodate up to 80,000 spectators, was the site of countless gladiator matches over the years, as well as animal hunts and even fictitious sea battles. The Colosseum, one of Imperial Rome's most recognized symbols, is a must-see location because of its magnificent architecture, size, and historical importance. Number 1. The Eiffel Tower. The recognizable landmark of Paris, named after Gustave Eiffel, is a sight that must be seen when traveling to the French capital. The tower was initially built between 1887 and 1889 to serve as the grand entrance to the World's Fair. Amazingly, the tower, which is 1,063 feet tall, held the record for the tallest man-made structure until the Empire State Building in 1930. Take the elevator all the way to the tower's observation deck to take in the panoramas of the parks and boulevards below Paris. Which wonder would you like to see in person? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and ring that notification bell for more of the world's best wonders.